Hey guys, it's Bo with Music in Minnesota, and we are here with Charlie Starr of the Southern Rock Quintet called Blackberry Smoke. We're in Minneapolis. How does it feel?
Cold.
Yeah, it's a little bit cold. Where are you guys from originally?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. So
yeah, it doesn't get nearly as cold in Atlanta. It's been a little colder this year, but we normally stay in double digits.
It's nice when it's above zero.
Yeah, it's better.
Definitely. So I want to talk about your guys' recent success.
Okay.
From what I've seen, you guys have just been killing it.
It's been good. It's been each year seems a little better. You know, we've been together 14 years, and the last 5 have been the best as far as if you are talking about success, I guess. Meaning more people come to shows, more people buy records. Mm-hmm. So it's good. It's good to be busy.
Yeah. You guys have been playing up to 250 shows a year?
Yeah, it's been that way for quite a while. And it's good to have the opportunity to work that much. We don't necessarily want to have to play that much, but we don't want to not play either. So if it's supply and demand kind of thing.
Again, with the 250 shows a year, that the equivalent of that is about 8 straight months of nonstop touring.
Yeah, I was talking to a girl yesterday that said our government works about as much time as we don't.
The days
that we don't play, they work. So, yeah, I believe that.
So, like you mentioned, you have a wife, kids, and I'm sure other members of the band do as well. How do you find time for that?
Well, it's really what they know. So that would be a tough situation for somebody that just met a girl and was like, oh, let's get married. Oh, by the way, I'm never home. After touring this way for a while, you kind of lose sight of that, of the excitement and the anticipation that was there years ago to be like, I cannot wait till we get a tour bus because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And then you start paying for it. And you know why you never had one before.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. We're in the wrong business. We need to own tour buses.
You've toured with ZZ Top, Leonard Skinner, George Jones, just to name a few.
Yeah. Opening for a very successful artist, it's really cool. Don't get me wrong, but at times it can really be a challenge. And I say that because most of the people who are going to see ZZ Top, they bought a ticket to see ZZ Top. Now some people would be open-minded and be like, well, I want to check out the opening band, but not most people.
Yeah.
And so therefore, that's opening bands. That's why opening bands play 30 minutes usually, or sometimes even less. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that opening for ZZ Top or Skinner or anybody like that is not a guarantee of a good time, because there are always going to be some people that are like, get the hell off the stage, I didn't pay to see you, so
that's a bummer.
But I mean, that's what it is. I would never look a gift horse in the mouth and say I don't want to open for the Stones because it's their show. But you have to, we learned how to be on our toes and do our jobs by opening for bands like that, because you just like go up there and play your 20 minutes and get out of the way, because it's not it's not our show.
Yeah. And
so a lot of bands like that, their crews, all these different bands really started to appreciate us because we did that. So that was all those times were learning experiences for us.
That's great. So were you able to have any sort of good conversations with those artists?
Yeah.
Learn some stuff? We've
been lucky to become friendly over the years with all those guys, with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top and the guys in Skinner, and we recorded some music with George before he passed. Yeah, they're all great people, and they become. But then, becoming friends with them is a whole other level,
You're living on this bus with a handful of guys. When you're around people that long, eventually, even if you're best friends, eventually you're going to run into some issues, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So how important is communication between all of you guys?
that much time spent with other humans. You know, you're gonna be like, the way that you chew your food is driving me crazy. But I mean, you know, we're dudes, so I mean, you take a break, go be by yourself for a while, and go take a walk and blow off some steam, and then you love that person again, and you know, you come back and say, I'm sorry, I love you, man.
So I've also noticed that one of your songs had been featured on a couple of video games, NASCAR 2008.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It was. We went out and played a show for them, EA Sports, and they gave us a bunch of free games. It was great. They gave us that was just like a strange little one-off that we did when they told us that they were going to use the song. We wound up becoming friendly with a guy that worked there after the fact.
Oh, okay.
He was a fan, and so he said, "Man, we were playing L.A. and he was like, you should come play in our courtyard," and so we did.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they took us on a tour of the game testers and all those kind of things. The guys that basically just sat and eat Cheetos with their feet up on the table playing video games for probably 6 figures.
Oh, wow.
I've got an 18-year-old son. He'll graduate high school this year, and he was really into it. And in fact, when that game, I gave him my copy of it because I cannot play video games. And he figured out how to go into the settings, and he made our song loop over and over and over and over and over again. And finally, I had to stop him. I was like, "Okay, man, let those other ones play too, please."
I guess you probably go along at such a slow pace as you guys increase in popularity, and then before you know it, you're right where you always dreamed you would be, but it doesn't really have that wow factor because you've worked so hard towards it.
Yeah, it was a slow build for us, so it wasn't, and there were a lot of things. There were all these, well, you know, I guess you could call them smaller wows along the way. I mean, there were dreams that were coming true, don't get me wrong, but it was being spread out that way probably makes us appreciate them more.
Sure.
Than being handed a bunch of shit all at once. That would be probably the reason why bands like Guns N' Roses all went crazy when they were 22 years old, you know, and handed millions of dollars. But it's good. I mean, and in our case too, we've earned all this, and I can say that proudly because we've never been handed anything. You know, we've worked for everything that we've accomplished.
That's great.
We won no contest, you know. We've gone out and done the work ourselves. The first time, talking again about opening for people, the first time that you sell out a show and the ticket has your name on it, that's the magical feeling. That blows away opening for anybody.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You know, when people
are coming to see you.
When somebody says the word or the words and like it's sold out, it's still. You know, I mean, I say still. It's not like we sell out in Madison Square Garden, but each night that sells out is incredible. It's it makes you appreciate those people that buy the tickets and come. You know, because if they didn't, you'd play for nobody.
Yeah, I mean, even First Ave is a pretty big venue. We waited outside for. Well, you waited outside.
I waited outside for about 25 minutes. 25
minutes, and people just continuously coming in. I was just
it's like -15 out too.
Yeah. Thank you.
People are sitting out there waiting to get in just to see you play. I think that's an incredible thing.
That is. It's that's the incredible thing. And then tonight, if you go watch, there's a couple songs that they'll sing all the words to, and there's no other feeling like it.
This might be kind of weird, but can I please touch your beard?
Go ahead.
All right.
It's weird.
Oh wow, it's very coarse. Yeah. How long have you had that?
Probably 10 years.
10 years.
I trim it a lot because it gets weird.
You get food stuck in it or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I first started to grow it, Britt already had a full beard, you know.
Yeah.
I just started growing sideburns. And the first time I got a piece of popcorn stuck in it, he was like, "So proud of you, man."
You reached a milestone.
Give me 5.
That's awesome. That's really cool. If there's one thing that you could tell yourself at a younger age, something that you know now, what would it be?
Don't eat that Big Mac in Salt Lake City on July the 18th. That made you sick.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No, I don't think it would be anything specific. Maybe I should have gone to college.
Really?
No, that's not true either. No, I don't really have any.
Nothing.
Don't let Britt have that milkshake that he had at the casino in North Sea.
Trade school.
You want to say hi to the camera?
Hi to the camera. How are you doing?
No, I mean we've no regrets, man.
Okay. Awesome. This will be my last question. And
Okay.
do you guys have any signature dance moves that you do on stage or anything, or maybe behind closed doors?
Do we?
And would you be willing to do an example?
No, man, 'cause then they wouldn't be behind closed doors anymore.
Maybe when more alcohol settles in.
Gotta keep something.
Okay. I appreciate you taking the time
Yeah.
for sitting down and talking
Thank you
with us.
guys. Hey, this is Charlie Starr and Britt Turner from Blackberry Smoke. You're listening to Music in Minnesota.